All right. So again, what am I talking about? So when I left the VA and got to the mall, it was again 154. I purchased my purchase. Now, what did I purchase? Yellow rice and bourbon chicken from the little Cajun place, right? So, what did I do? Set and date, right? Now, the girl also, the Asian girl, sat down across from me and started eating her own lunch, right? Now, all I know is while we're eating, both of us, I look over at her and she kind of looks over at me a few times, right? But how long should it take me to eat that lunch? 20 minutes or less, right? Right. But yet, when I look at the time again, when I get the food line, it's 15:37, right? How much time has expired since I bought the food, right? Over an hour and a half, right? It don't take me that long to eat a little chicken and rice unless the girl and me are doing something where I don't remember what happened with her. Now, I'm looking for a wife, but the Bible doesn't say you can't have premarital sex, lying Christians. It never did. It never did. You're confusing the church. You're not helping the church in saying that. Paul didn't either. What Paul's talking about is where men think they have the power to arrange a marriage with their daughters and can control who they're married, and he's saying don't do that. You can't control that. A girl can sleep with whoever she wants to sleep with, basically. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You can't keep your virgins, nor can you defile her. Marry her to a man she don't really want to marry, right? Both are wrong. Both are wrong. You got to let your daughter figure out who she wants to marry. That's what I thought was going on with me and Gina. We both thought we wanted to marry each other, so I thought, hey, let's have a little premarital sex here, right? Because I understood what Moses said. Sheena, you didn't. Your church didn't. Your church didn't even show you what Moses said. I learned that through how my church would show me the Bible, and I read it on my own. See? Neither you nor I were betrothed either, right? That's what it talks about. If you're unbetrothed, you can have premarital sex. You were just to seek the Father's hand in marriage back then. Well, I sought your hand in marriage. That's why I asked you to complete the marriage with the legal ceremony, right? That's what I meant. I don't know what the hell you meant. Because your church ain't following the Bible. See, even if you go by the new, the old is preferred before the new. It's the law, right? The law never said you couldn't have premarital sex just to get, like with Dina and Sechem, arrange a marriage afterwards, if you do. Now, it's the brothers, not the father, acting the asshole, overstepping their boundaries. You're not the girl's father, Jacob is, right? And like he said, you make him deceit men, brothers, when you act like you're the father and it's really Jacob, who knew the girl was going to see him anyway and probably liked him. And let him have premarital sex with her, right? Now, we're not talking about rape. We're not talking about rape. Which he also mentions, right? Now, rape is murder to a woman, right? Because you're making her have a child she don't want to have with a man she don't want to have it with, right? And you would do better to murder the child in her, right, than to do that, right? Now, not all people born that way are evil, but nor is it evil to abort a child, right? What happened with David's son, right? With Bathsheba? Who's acting the asshole there? Because I'm sorry, my God don't kill little babies. But your God does. If it's the same God that killed David's child with Bathsheba for adultery, he would allow for an abortion as well. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. You're hypocrites. Now, yet Solomon and Nathan were allowed. Why? It was after Uriah died, right? But David was still alive, right? Here's also why his son Absalom slept with his wives in Jerusalem, the 10 virgins he had after he got to Jerusalem. But that's no different than Reuben and Bilhah either. Now, why does Bilhah even matter to Jacob? She was to raise up seed or children to Rachel. He didn't even really want her. You know the hypocrisy of marriage as well? Mm-hmm. The son fell in love with his midwife, right? Which is not supposed to really marry her and have a child with her legally, right? Now, why did Solomon, though, have 1,000? Because some of the women had 2 concubines and some of them had 3. Now, yeah. What's 600 and 300, right? Or, again, some number, right, was so many, right? And say 200 has to have at least 2, which is what? 600, right? And then 100 has to have at least 3, and that's what? 300, right? And together that's 700, I guess, or 1,000, right? Right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to get you to, though, the number, right? Right. 1,000, right. I might be a little off, but you know what I mean, right? Trying to figure out the numbers there, but anyway, at least 200 had to have 2 concubines, which is 400 of these, right? And then, right, however the math would really go, and then a certain number might have had 300, right? right. Because we need one to be 600 and one to be 400 to equal 1,000, right? But again, right, we also got to include the wives, so, right? So whatever that is, right? And it's got to equal 1,000, right? So that's why I'm timesing it by 2 or 3, right? But it's got to equal 1,000 wives. And he had to do service to all his wives until he died, right? Which is why they say he went into idolatry, but did he really? Maybe not. We don't know, right? But we're still not to judge King Solomon, as Jesus said, lest we be judged. We're not perfect creatures, right? Now, like I told you, am I trying to sleep with 1,000 women myself? No, I'm trying to find one wife like I was told from the beginning, right? But I'm interested in Asian women, right? And they too know about premarital sex, right? Everybody does. So if I'm missing, 40 minutes or more in the mall, what happened when I just remember sitting there by the girl as we were both eating our food, right? And looking over there a couple times, right? At her, right? But then when I get over to Food Line, it's 3:37. An hour and a half again later, right? When I'm just eating some chicken and rice. Me and her either did something right and went into the bathroom for her to help me out, and we made love in the bathroom, right? And then came back and sat back down, right? At least once. Or twice, right? And then I laughed, and then, no more than twice, I guess, right? Because I don't remember doing the sex with her, right? When I sat back down and went back to eating, and she did too, I forgot what happened, right? But she didn't, right? But if I'm doing that with her, when was I blacked out? After I sat back down to eat, right? Again, right? It's the only thing that makes sense, right? And then she went and sat back down, but did she see what happened? No, not necessarily, right? But I still have amnesia of what happened. And I'm telling her to watch my channels because I'm talking about it on YouTube, right? And I show her my channel and how to get to it, right? I want her to know that if we did something, I'm still having amnesia of it, right? But I don't think it's about me and you. I think someone backed me out from behind, right? And if they're backing me out from behind, there's only one way to shoot me or run up on me and hit me in the head, right? And that's attempted murder. And that's a bigger sin. No, it's a bigger crime. Because the girl's got to be over 18 or I won't sleep with her because I asked her to verify it, right? And she got to have at least ID, right? So she's over 18, right? And she's over 18 and she's over 18, right? And even if we're doing it in a public bathroom, we are in a stall between me and her, right? And guess what? It's not illegal. It's not illegal. It might be a misdemeanor, but it's still in the private area of the bathroom, right? And what if someone walks in you? What if they do, right? Whatever we're doing, she's helping me out in the bathroom as a wife potentially can help out her husband, even if they're having sex, to make sure that's not what's killing him too. That's part of why we would have the sex in the bathroom. We're trying to figure out if I'm dying from a heart attack or someone shooting me or something, right? Something could be killing me, but I can still have a wet dream at night, so it ain't sex, right? If you can't have sex at all, you can't have it at all, not even a wet dream. And I had another wet dream last night, right? Not sure what happened today. See, when I do that, I wonder, and I dream about the girl too, right? In a wet dream, right? I'm not sure what happened, right? I might even think of a few women, right? I would have liked to have been with, right? Like there was an African American who took down my what was it, right? Who helped me with making my next appointment and all that, right? I know, and give you my appointment sheet, right? And all that, right? But again, all I did was, wait for her to get all that for me that I remember, right? Now, I did remember, not noticing she had nice boobs and her boob, which was this one, facing me while she was sitting down, right? They're kind of big. They're kind of big. But I don't mind if a woman has small boobs either. It's not the size of the boobs that matter. I know, right? It's that you're a woman. It's that you're a woman. You can have an A cup to a double D for me, but it don't matter. You know what I mean, right? Just saying. But one you can tell I might look more like a boy. But still a woman, right? That's the point too. But who wants her to look like a boy and not a woman? The Jews. Because see, they're confused about what Shaddai even means, breast enough, which is female breast enough, right? And they're denying its real meaning with Shad and Dai and even Shaddai, right? Which is one D, right? Moses even does it with the double D, which means Shad Dai, or breasted enough, right? Some women are just breasted enough to be a woman, right? But some women are over-breasted. Could that be Satan? Could that be you think your boob's too big? Right? I don't know, but you're not sitting by that boob size. Nor is she sitting if they're small A or B cups either, right? Your normal breast will be in the middle of that anyway, probably C cups for a woman, right? To be honest. And a male should just have a normal chest unless he gets fat, and then he's going to have kind of man boobs, but that's okay too. You're still a man. You're still a man. You, unlike the woman, cannot nurse a child, and only a hermaphrodite and a female can nurse a child too, right? A hermaphrodite is both, equally 50-50, right? 50-50 male, 50-50 female, right? Which makes 100% male and female. 100% male and female. And I showed you that DNA-wise too, right? They're X, 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 and XY. They're like both of us made into two, right? That's how you can see it. They won't. The other men. Because they're following Constantine because they want the male to be the dominant image, right? But it's not. It's the androgynous image, right? That means you have to replace the male image with one that's both, right? And some men might not be willing to do that. And they're exercising then false dominion over the androgynous and the female, right? That's why a third is falling with Satan anyway. I know. The men. The females and the hermaphrodites are kind of viewed as the same, right? Right. Not the men, not the men. Both are viewed more as women than men, right? That's why Christ was sold for 30 shekels of silver and not 50, which is the value of a man, right? But that's why the Lord agreed to the price. A goodly price was I priced at them at 30 shekels, because I'm not a man or a woman to them. In fact, the male or female slave, or by the ox, was sold at the same price, 30 or 30, 30 and 30, 30 for 30, right? If it was a male or a female, right? But that's also making us equal in the body of Christ, whether bond or free. Right? Bond means slave, or free, as the Romans were free to do what they wanted to do, right? And even buy people, right? Which is, the Romans are dealing with a slave religion where we're all one in Christ Jesus, even the rich and the poor are one in Christ Jesus, right? But the problem is, the rich is trying to make more money and hoard it, like a dragon hoards gold, right? Which goes back to Satan, right? They don't want to share their money. They want to offer their benefit. That's called selfishness or greed, right? When you do that, that's a sin too. That's one of the 7 deadly sins, is greed, right? And then you lust when you cannot control yourself when around a woman, right? I'd still try to control myself around the young lady I was with the day yesterday. Now, how do I know I was with her? Time. The time in the mall is the only time I know I could have blacked out, right? And the only place I could have went into with her is the bathroom straight across. And the only reason we would do that is if she came over and thought I needed some help, right? And I asked her to help me into the bathroom, right? So what I'm doing there is I'm seeing if she'll even go with me, right? I don't know if she would or not. Then she did. We did what we did in the bathroom. She helped me out, right? She understood what I needed the help for, too. And helped me out. I helped her out. Because I want to marry her, too, right? I don't just say, oh, I just want sex with you. If I want to find me a girlfriend, I've been having to find a girlfriend, and I'm 52 years old, right? And I tell her all that. And again, I might be telling her the same thing I told her the last time I saw her. And I don't know that. You are, I am. I might have told her that at least twice. Because I lost 40 minutes of time, including eating the food, right? Which shouldn't take more than 5-10 minutes. 10-15 minutes at the most if I'm just eating chicken and rice, right? Don't know. And then I go to Food Line as 15:37, which is 3:37. When I get milk, donuts, and Boston cream pie from Daisy Cakes, right? Which is really a honey bun, right? And then when I get home, it's 4 o'clock, and Dr. Phil is coming home. I get settled, right? Of course, I had to use the bathrooms for different things like that, but right. But she went involuntarily. I asked her age in the stall, right? And I asked her if she would be comfortable in the male or the female's bathroom if she was going with me. And I told her I wouldn't mind either one either, right? And then that's where I don't remember what happened. And see. And whatever we did, it took 20 minutes or more, or 40, you know. I don't know if we did it once or twice either. Because I remember looking over at her a couple times too while we were sitting there eating together. And all I know is I'm supposed to be home within 50 minutes of leaving that, whether I go through Abercorn or I go through the Veterans Parkway, right? Now, one might be a little quicker, which would be Veterans Parkway, because you don't have all the lights on Abercorn, right? But it's only like a few minutes quicker at all. So even half the time, right, from 1:54 to 3:37, right, that's still over half an hour, right, plus, say, 4 and 2 is 6 minutes, and then 7 minutes is 15, right? Or 13 minutes. Well, it took me an hour and hour and a half plus 13 minutes, which is an hour and 43 minutes, to again, right? And she did it 3 times then. That's right. That's right. Right. Because she wants what I'm offering her. And I also tell her the deal about, if we get married, I get more money too, right? I can pay you like half of what I make too, right? In addition to, and pay for it and take care of your needs, right? Probably from the VA and SSI, right? Which is $500 a month, and you ain't gotta do nothing for me. I'm already disabled. If you want to help me clean up the house, you can help me clean up the house. Periodically, if you don't, you don't, right? It's fine how it is too, because I'm disabled. I'm not gonna, beat up on you or hit you if you don't clean it up. I'm not hiring you as a maid either. You're my wife. If we want a maid, we can hire someone else. And even if you're married to me, we can hire a male maid, right? I don't care, but I need a wife right now. I'm 52. I should have a wife right now. And I'm guessing some of the things I would say to her. knowing you. To talk her into it too, right? And then the sex part is either 10 to 15 minutes too, right? Of, showing her how I make love to her every night. That's right. That's right. Now it starts with a little kiss like this. Quote Aerosmith and Run DMC, right? So they both sampled the song, right? And of course, Aerosmith wrote it, and DMC did another version of it, right? So I'm giving them both what? Credit. I'm acknowledging they both did something in the song, right? And that makes it fair use since I lose the little clip. But that's a clip. That's not the whole song. That's not the whole song. And then I'm impersonating everything, right? Including the guitar there, right? Little do. Yeah. But you can tell it's based off of DMC and Aerosmith, right? And that's how you use fair use, right? They can't even really charge me for that or sue me for that, right? Because that's what fair use is about. They can teach you how something can be made part of your everyday life, even music. And how you can use the music to kind of sing the part. Sing what you mean. I can sing what I mean for some of the songs you put out. Right? I know. Here I am, the what you love you in so many ways. And that's Aerosmith. I mean, there's a lot. Do you hear the impersonation? If you do, you tell the truth. If you don't, you lie. No. I can't do nothing about that. All right. Time to go to the movies.